There we go. We have a lovely view of John Phillips.
He seems thrilled about it.
I'm going this way before we
First
get
time I ever been on TV.
Yeah, you're right.
All of it good.
You keep spending time around here, probably won't be your last time.
I got it very much. Oh. There you go. How you doing? All right. Good to see you, my man. Tonight I get appointed ED director. Yeah, hope you guys are excited about it. I am. That'll be interesting. Yeah. Hello. Wow.
Hello, how are you? All right.
I think one of the things I want to do first, I think I want to reapply for my grant we lost.
Hi, how you doing?
Yeah.
Excuse me, department, sir.
More waste down there. Yep.
Yeah, you want to see what you can do with Grant when you go to Washington, Missouri, see what they did with their river.
I've been to Washington, Missouri and seen what they've done over the time.
You can do it.
But they're also a town that's probably
Yes, sir, I
4 times bigger
am.
than we are.
Pick the right person.
Oh, thank you for saying
How
that.
you, mister?
All
How
right.
about yourself? I'm doing just fine. If I was any better, I couldn't handle it all the time. How about you? Oh, not too bad. Chief? Good. Congratulations.
Thanks.
I think.
I said, thanks, I think.
Don't walk up to me about a month down the road and smack me, say, that's your congratulations. You know what you can do with it.
You shorted me a chief's report. If you can get me one of those tomorrow, because you didn't get me one for me to file.
This is 7,200.
Hi. Hello.
There's
How
right on
are
there
you
next to
doing?
Bill.
Hmm?
Your nameplate's right down there next to the.
Yeah, we got nameplates today. You want a council packet?
Down there and sold it for.
What do you want?
That's what she. That's what Jimmy got when he was sitting there. I said,
You know, we're improvising with the, Zoom.
Yeah.
What's the problem? Is it just? Well, that little, it's got like a little polycomb tablet thing, and it's supposed to run everything. So we're hooked into a little webcam.
I was just gonna ask you
It's improvisation is
We'll
working.
talk about that
so-
in.
Hello.
No longer answering questions about this case anymore.
You're supposed to be.
No, it's not.
I know, and I.
I know you're
Did not have
know, but I sent, I think I wrote an
Again,
email down,
like I
I'll
told
just have back and then. I'm gonna find
Yeah.
out. I'm gonna find out exactly what's there. Yeah, I'm gonna find out exactly when that happened. So I had it happen way before the, or way after the 19th. I had that thing.
Yeah.
Politics.
I know.
That usually hides down at
Politics
the
is
end.
good or politics is
Are
great,
you on
either
the
one.
front?
Okay.
She needs more
Politics
hours.
is
She's
good,
making her
politics is
cover.
great, 53. Yeah.
Okay, I.
She's 17 tomorrow. I've been up to my eyeballs. I just sold my house today.
Yes, and that's busy.
It's all been crazy. I've been up since 4 o'clock.
Watch out for the cord. It's one of the new burners.
I'll put that there. I'm on this side, of course, I don't hurt it. All right, go ahead.
I forgot why I told you to.
No, Glenda won't be here tonight.
I had 11.
You gave me 10 and took one back. Or you gave me 11 and took one back.
I gave it to Tim.
Oh, so then I don't need to give him one? I probably will because he probably left it on his desk.
Probably.
What time are you leaving court in the morning? Court, Tuesday's court day, ain't it?
What was the last Friday?
Oh, okay, then I'm mixed up.
Yeah, court was last Friday.
Yeah, listen to me, you had court on Tuesday, so I believe her. But tomorrow morning, an issue we need to discuss regarding other entirely irrelevant. I'll be in at 8. Huh? But still probably shortly after. So,
I know.
I'm here.
Oh, you're gone?
you're here all day.
Who I need to talk to?
Corey's like, I'm not sure if I am or not anymore.
Yeah.
When am I gonna get on the
Okay,
animal
talk
control committee?
Just looks like this and that.
Lost control all you. Supposed to be.
What do you want?
Now. Because this certain person keeps going around feeding all the animals after they tell her to stop. All the places of business have told her to stop and she's still doing it. So everybody's like, I don't know if that's a good idea. We don't tell anyone to be on it. There was 2 spots. Me and her.
Where's the hair? We'll just stand outside chit chat.
Oh, we got new name tags.
Yeah, they're nothing terribly fancy, but they're there.
Just gonna go from here and go back. You know,
And-
try out
and-
new ones real quick.
To make you feel special, I got a typo on yours. No, I forgot to put a space between board and the number 2.
It'd be all right.
I figured it would be. Nobody seems to be like imploding or anything.
How dare you?
Hello, hello.
Watch me.
There he is. Yeah.
Old TV, there's some base radio.
They're already beach. Right.
Both of them together.
If I would've got my son, then they have to be up there.
Excuse me. No, I'll step over. Excuse me.
So this-
Yes, I do.
I like extras.
Yeah. You'll leave us tonight?
Is this on my paper for me?
Well, let's see, agenda.
The brick, not. Yeah.
Oh, that's-
That's the agenda.
Yeah, that's all I-
I don't
I don't know why you would need more, but there's other stuff that you so
I'm
desire.
here for moral support.
I don't think so, that seems like a lot of reading. Like,
I'll call this meeting to order. We'll start off with the roll call. City clerk.
Councilman Sutter.
Here.
Councilman Price.
Here.
Councilman Ardeno. Here. Councilman Jordan.
Here.
Councilwoman Sherman. Sorry, Miss Ardeno. I got myself mixed up. Not present. Thank you. Councilman Bell.
Here.
Councilman Keller.
Here.
Councilman Gott.
Not present.
Thank you.
So no one's on the participants list? Is there anyone on the Zoom?
like there's one person on the
Yeah, I've got no one wanting in.
except there's one.
That's us.
So Linda's at the hospital with her husband. There's just dealing with some medical issues. She was going to try to Zoom. And then Councilman Scott has a head cold, and feels like he might be contagious, so he's refraining from attending the meeting tonight. Okay, we'll start off meeting with an invocation. Father God, we come to you today in the name of Jesus. Lord, I look at this council meeting and I look at all of the things and all the issues and all of the different perspectives, and I just marvel that they can get anything done. I honestly do. I ask you to help them. I ask you to guide them, direct them. Lord, that they have the need to meet the needs of hundreds of different people's perspectives. And Lord, I don't know that there's any way a human mind can comprehend and come to a solution for that, but we ask you to help them. Help them to come up with the solution that's going to help the most people, that's going to bring the most peace, and then guide and help all of this city to help us to come to a resolution on whatever things that they need to talk about, not just today, not just tonight, but in the days and weeks and months ahead. Lord, we just ask you to bless this time together. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Councilman Bell, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Open the floor for public comment. If there's anything that's on the agenda that you would like to address the council, will we give each citizen 3 minutes? Any public comment?
Wait a minute, so I can say anything I want?
As long as it's something that pertains to the agenda. City clerk, is there any written communication?
There is no written communication.
Agenda revisions, council, I do want to add something under new business. I do want to add the appointment of the economic director. That did not entertain a motion to amend the agenda. We have a first and a second. Councilwoman Ardno and Councilman Sutter. Any discussion? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Any other agenda revisions? And council, you received a packet for the minutes, the draft minutes of our last meeting. Are there any questions? If not, I would entertain a motion to accept. First, second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Okay, so mayor's report, announcements, miscellaneous action items. First off, the 2023-24 budget. We start scheduling some workshops for the council to go over the budget. We are in a position right now to really utilize our DAFRON representation from our accounting software. There's not just some, but there's a lot of issues with the budget and the accounting practices over the past year. We'll need to work through those issues as a team and make some decisions on how to rectify some of the issues. So I would ask the council to go look at their schedule this week and after the holidays next week, the availability of getting together. More than likely, we will have to extend the current year's budget until we get some of this rectified. Because quite frankly, we made a request over 3 weeks ago from the governor's office to come in and do an audit or have an audit authorized from the state auditor. I reached out to the governor's office last week and they are in receipt of it, but they haven't made a decision yet as far as what their intentions are to support that or not. However, I've been in contact with the state auditor's office. We are currently looking at a few issues of particular nature, and they also stated that we should draft a letter and resolution to them. The only difference is when we ask them to come in, we have to pay for it. So that can be anywhere from $30,000 to $80,000 to have them come and do it. But they agree that it needs to be done. We need to do it. So between now and the first week in June, we will have more information and be able to share more during the budget discussions and talks and going over everything, where we're at and what we're looking at and why we're looking at it the way we are and what we've been left with, basically. And we'll move forward from that point on. So I'd entertain setting a meeting up for one night this week and one night next week. If anyone has any dates in mind. Council, any other thoughts? I'm thinking Thursday evening. Thursday evening about 6 o'clock. We'll share where we're at with our trial balances. Our trial balances are exactly what we have spent this year and what we have, how we have it accounted for. And there's some discrepancies in this. So I want to go through this budget line item by line item and show you where we're at. Overall, we're not going broke. It's just on how we account for our funds, all right? And then from that meeting on, we'll go ahead and schedule one the following week. Entertain a motion to schedule a special meeting to do a budget review for Thursday evening this week.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Can we set a time in that motion, please?
Motion for the special meeting at 6 p.m. on Thursday.
6 p.m. Thursday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we have a first and a second. You got that, city clerk?
Yes, sir.
Any discussion? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. What do I have? All right, the American Rescue Funds project update. So last fall, we received notification that we've got the remaining half of the American Rescue Funds. When the funds initially started at approximately $323,000 in 2021. Carried over, we spent about $30,000 for engineering services for 6 to 7 sewer and street projects. After we submitted for bids, we got approximately, well, not approximately, we got a bid for roughly about $1,167,000. Well, the total funds that we received with the additional funds this past fall, I know that's wordy, but total funds we got right now that we have received from American Rescue Funds is $647,000. We've already spent approximately $27,000 roughly for engineering services, and we've already made an outlay payment of $181,000 approximately through Mueller Construction that's doing the work on Tennessee and 14th Street and also Cemetery Road. So they went in and replaced all the sewers and storm drains, and we made an outlay of $181,000 approximately. When it's all said and done, there'll be another approximate, $100,000 to $210,000, and they're going to put in sidewalks and street overlays. So that's kind of where we're at on that. And Bill, you've been directly working with Ryan with the street department and stuff. Is there anything other than that? Everything's on schedule and on track. Yeah. So Mueller and Company, they submitted a receipt to the engineering firm approximately 2.5, 3 months ago. Never received payment until Bill, Ryan, Green, myself started looking at our status. And they said, we've submitted the bill to the engineering service, but we haven't received anything. So we got the ball going and working on that, making sure that our vendors are being paid accordingly. So I do want to give recognition to Bill and also the street department guys and water distribution guys because they've been busting it about getting things taken care of. Cemetery wall update and town branch update. Unbeknownst to myself, maybe the rest of the council or some of the former or older council members may be aware of some of the status on this, that with the FEMA and SEMA grants, we've received funding to work on these projects. And we do know, we are aware the cemetery wall is in dire need of repair in a couple of spots. And there's some grant fundings that's available for this. Wasn't aware of the status of it until we got into some emails and was able to recover emails and see exactly some deadlines that are coming close, and then we need to jump on them. So we're jumping on it now. So one of the things that we've done is we were able to obtain all the previous city clerks and city administrators emails and follow up on all this stuff. And, you know, we're playing catch up a little bit, but we're on track. City Hall staffing and operations update. So as far as the police department clerk, we hired Stacy White to replace Sarah Lamont up front. And we put Sarah Lamont down in the water department. However, her employment with us is probably terminated from no call, no show several days. So just being forthright and out front. We do have Chase Hunt hired as IT and going through and making sure all of our computers are accessible and all the information is being shared and accessed throughout all the city departments. So he's doing an awesome job. Just kind of give you an overview of what we spent for the last year and a half. The city spent probably close to $80,000 to $110,000 for IT services and computer CPU stuff that, in my opinion, did us absolutely no benefit, zero benefit. So we brought him on full time, and we're going to be working through those issues to make everything more accessible for our department heads and employees of the city.
What is the salary?
His salary, he's an hourly employee. So it's not going to be anywhere close to that.
What, 75,000?
No, it won't even be close to that. I would disclose that, but we will when we do our budget. We'll disclose. Other than that, we are eventually we're moving the city clerk's office over in the former code enforcement chamber office. And we hired also an assistant. The title, when we first talked about it, was the assistant treasurer, but actually the city's always had it on the books for assistant administrator. Needless to say, we hired Alyssa Horton to fill that role and get into our DAFRON system and accounting system, and also looking through our policies and procedures and stuff. And both Alyssa and Mariah will be in that office in the corner. The former office will be converted into a small conference room between the mayor's office and the city administrator, and then there will be a door from the city administrator's office to the city clerk's office. So that's kind of where we're at with the city hall staffing. Outside of that, I'll turn it over to the police department chief.
I've submitted a report to everyone, monthly stats, things like that. Just to kind of give you a brief update on where we're at. Staffing wise, we're still having issues trying to find, quality people to put in seats. But we're still maintaining 24-hour coverage, taking care of business. So
Now I want to give recognition to Josh because, he's taken on this acting role, and it's a salary position, so, Josh, how many days a week are you working?
Everyone.
Every day. So, you know, it may, you know, he's flexible with his time, but he's helping his other officers out. So I just want to give recognition to that.
Are we still looking for you?
Is there a question from the council to the chief?
Are we still looking for a chief of police or a chief of police?
So right now, it's not official. We have received one application, and as far as pushing out the applications, what I'm telling you, my opinion, and strictly my opinion, it's council's pleasure to give some input. But if we go through a process, and we should have more than one or two applicants.
Absolutely.
We spent last year, we budgeted approximately $155 for advertising for hiring people. We spent approximately $900 so far, and you see where that's gotten us. As my personal opinion, and council, I'll please interject. My personal opinion, I'm wanting the dust to settle and build from a good foundation as far as how we proceed forward. There's a lot of issues that's before us. One of them is our finances and the budget. That's a big one, along with other things. And so at some point, when we feel like we want to really do a strong push for advertising, we will do so. I was holding out for the new budget.
Well,
Do that.
I don't see where there's any sense to interview a person. You need a pool of people to pull from. To interview, to pick the best of the best, and which choice do you have when there's a person?
I think it'd be better to hold off and have multiple anyways. Do one interview, wait a while, see another applicant, do another interview, you got that one person holding out for what?
Right.
And that's my point. My point is, right now, we only have two people, so, and to advertise more, I'd rather pull those funds from next year's budget, which is starting in June. And then once we do that, then we kind of push it out again, but I don't want to discredit, what our officers are doing now by any means, but what's going to be the best for the community. And right now, I believe that letting the dust settle for a little bit and getting a good pool and pushing it out there. We got a lot of, I can't even pronounce it right, stigma or whatever we have on us right now. Stigma, yeah.
So
Thank
does
you.
none of the other cops
And
want to
so
be chief?
it's part of that. So there's a process that we follow, and we'll follow that process.
I have a point of clarification. So I did show up in court this last Friday, and I think there was a miscommunication about when our police clerk had left us, or that we didn't have one. Because I was told for 2 months we didn't have one. But I don't feel that's correct.
No, it's when we didn't have one was when we voted to do what we did at our last
So
meeting.
about a month, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to point of clarification, I know people here that were in court that day, and I got asked, I'm like, I don't think that's right, but, well, I mean, you're just told to do all that. So
Right. So, yeah, it's,
Mayor, I have
that means
something.
my ticket should have went in.
Is it impossible? I know, I understand the budget is gonna be, we're working on that, but is it impossible to send people to the academy? I mean, the officers now can only work as much as they're working for so long.
right.
And if nobody wants to work here, can we recruit our own and send them? And
We can definitely do that. We've done that in the past.
Yeah, of course, I'm not allowed to do an officer, is that correct?
Well, you talk about internally our own program.
It's a program with you, but I don't know.
Yeah, so there's been some issues from last year, and Chief, you can probably explain it a little bit better, but we didn't meet a lot of the criteria for a lot of grants from the state just because of reporting requirements. And I'm not sure if our status is current for that, but it's definitely an option.
I was just thinking, I mean, because sometimes they can lock them in the contract, if they break the contract, they pay the money back, and we're not gonna be out, and that would ensure that we have an officer, at least, we send the one we have on.
And I do have several people that are not certified that are interested.
I mean, you're just gonna be out the time that they're gone, but we're out that now.
So that's one of the things that we'll have to look at when we start doing our budget. And once you start seeing these numbers in front of you, I mean, there's some movement or room for movement. But we gotta trust our numbers that we're looking at, to make the best decision that we can, right? So, and that's one of the things that when we go through our budget and stuff, is I'm probably gonna be asking the council authorization to pull the background in and actually assist with our accounting of our books. If I can't get the governor and state auditor to come in without costing us an arm and a leg, we're going to have to fund it somehow. And whether it's another third-party auditor or bring in reps from Saffron, which is our accounting software people, because there's some things that have really been popping to light over the last 2 weeks. So nothing negligent, by our employees in place right now. It's just, we just want to make sure we're doing the right thing and make sure we're accounting for everything appropriately. We wanted to set a clear line with the new council, the new city administrator, the new treasurer, the new city clerk, and everything, that there's a clear line of moving forward, that we are trying to do what is absolutely right and the best for the city and be transparent about it. So yeah, let's talk about that with our budget times and stuff, because that's something that we did entertain, last fall. Council committee reports, infrastructure, ground, streets, sidewalk committee.
Well, we have a couple items that concerns the streets. We're looking at several streets in town. However, we have to see, we've only got a certain amount of money just heard from the mayor for our budget. So we've got to pick out, there's several streets that need to be fixed. However, we've got to pick out like the 3 or the 4 worst streets to fix out of the several streets. But we haven't decided on that yet. In Wallace Park, culvert drain at the first pavilion is clogged and washing out the gravel road over the pavilion base. The male restroom toilet is clogged. The women's sink does not work. Light bulbs are burnt out. Clean out for sewer cap is off and not properly installed. Drinking fountain is missing and was removed by the city along with the brass dedication plaque. And we need to find out who moved it and where is the dedication plaque and why.
So looking into a few of those, the pavilion has been cleaned and the culvert's been cleaned out. The restrooms been addressed. There's no electric to the restrooms. I have to follow up on the sink if there's no water to the thing. We're talking about the restrooms that's up in the park area,
Yes.
Wallace Park, down by the baseball fields. The water fountain, there's 2 water fountains out there. The one that was donated several years ago was removed, from what I've been told, a few years back, because it was damaged and inoperable, and they're supposed to be looking for the plaque, seeing where it's at. Outside of that, I do know that new swing seats for the children's swing set at Sunset Park's been ordered, and new seats are going to be placed on order for Lincoln Park and also up at Riverview Park or Henderson Park as well.
And that's all we have.
One other thing I'll add to that, part of the commercial replacement, the sidewalk program that we have budgeted roughly $4,000 for commercial and approximately the same for residential, for sidewalk replacement. So I do know that the Elks has put in a request for cost share for the sidewalk that they are replacing all the way from the alley on Sixth Street all the way to Tennessee Street. And they're gonna put the handicap accessible ramp on the end of it. And it's approximately about a 4 foot, 5 foot wide sidewalk that they're replacing. They're probably gonna pour that within a day or two. So we haven't received any dollar amounts yet for the total cost. We only pay for materials when we do the sidewalk program. So that'll be something for the council's consideration once they submit that. All right, cemetery, I want to bring this up under this as well, Councilman. The contract service we have, has anyone received anything negative about the Riverview Cemetery or Memorial Cemetery? Anything negative, anything positive?
I read a lot of positive stuff about it.
I've had individuals come in and say that the cemeteries look really good, better than they have in a while.
There was one thing mentioned to me though, about, not about the grass cutting, it's about the tombstones that have been hit by people in the past. The city needs to straighten up 5 or 6 a week if possible. With the level, some of those stones go back to 1783, 1803, and those are historical markers, you know, the memorial markers. They need to be straightened up before they fall over and break.
A lot of them were hard for us to find last year when we put flags up.
So that's one of the issues that we're looking at addressing and figure out if we can do something to where we can set a goal.
There's so many a week.
Yeah. So. Public Safety and Police Hiring Committee. Anything new?
Wish we had somebody on.
Yeah. All right, Ordinance Committee. There's Bill 7200 and 7201. Linda's not here. I want to kind of go over both those with us. 7200. An ordinance adopting and enacting a new code of ordinances of the city of Louisiana establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein except as herein expressly provided, providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinance. So the basics of this is an annual thing that we do that authorizes us to create and renew and amend our ordinances. So the standard language. So when we bring it up, is there any discussion now?
This is just yearly housekeeping, correct?
Exactly, yearly housekeeping. Exactly. So that will be brought up under new business. Bill number 7201, an ordinance amending chapter 625. I'm actually going to ask for this to be tabled because the language has been worked on, but however not perfected. We had our city attorney, Mary, look through the language, and there's a little bit of work that needs to be done on this. But to let you know what it pertains to, this pertains to the transient guest tax for all the hotels, bed and breakfasts, campgrounds, whatnot. We charge 4% per stay, so to speak, or charge. That those funds go specifically into an account for promoting Louisiana tourism and visitors. So it's to advertise and promote the city of Louisiana. So the statutes, what brought this to light was the Louisiana Convention and Visitors Bureau was looking to update their contract. And we got to looking at the contract and we got to looking at the state statutes that we fall under. And the state statutes is clear that we do not contract these services. We actually appoint the tourism commission. And all funds and everything else is earmarked specifically to promote the city of Louisiana versus going through a third-party non-for-profit organization. It is set up originally that way because I did the history and research on it. It is originally set up that way to help fund an economic director or chambers chairman and Louisiana Convention and Visitors Bureau. We had one person that kind of oversaw two or three of those functions as a way to utilize funds to pay for administrative costs within it. Looking at this and with the city attorney, it really goes against what the statutes was set up for and what we were authorized to utilize the funds for. So basically, this is clean that up. So you'll be looking, I will be presenting a resolution to make an appointment for a tourism commission board tonight. Just keep in mind that this ordinance won't be in place, but we are authorized under the revised statutes of the state of Missouri to go ahead and appoint this board. So, any questions on that? I know I've kind of got long-winded talking about it.
Well, I know you said something about the chamber, and on that, they were no longer part of that at all.
No,
Yeah, just.
no, that's back in 2015, 2016
2021
was the last.
was when they separated between the chamber and visitors.
So that's what 7201 is about, and we'll bring that up at our next regular meeting once it gets cleaned up. All right, Economic Development and Tourism Committee. I pretty much went over that with what I just stated, so
You want here the meeting findings? Is that what we're doing, correct?
yeah, that in this ordinance, yes. Housing, Health, Senior Services, Disadvantage Committee. You know, the one that's not here, but anyone else? Tree Commission. Historic Preservation Commission. And these. Yeah. Old business. Okay, under old business, we have the impeachment hearing date and procedures. We do have a date established. We didn't necessarily have to push it out as far as we did, but we do have a date set up of June 16th, I believe. And the procedures are outlined in Missouri statutes, chapter 536, I believe. So that is what I adopted in the ordinance or in procedures. We're going to follow the state statutes on that.
We are having somebody else do that, correct?
So we are looking at that as far as, here's what we're looking at. I may preside over it or I may not. And if I don't, we may have someone else preside or someone else present.
I feel that it would be appropriate.
So, and so as we get closer to that time, we'll have that all laid out, but there's nothing official that we're laying out tonight. Any other questions on old business or any other old business? June 16th works for everyone. All right, new business. Bill 7200. I would entertain a motion. Good.
That motion.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I make the motion to accept our bill number 7200, ordinance adopting enacting a new code of ordinances of the city of Louisiana establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, except as herein expressly providing for the manner of amending such code of.
Yeah, keep on reading.
Okay,
That's it.
ordinance approving penalties for the violations thereof and providing when this ordinance shall become effective. Be it ordained by the city council of the city of Louisiana as follows.
We have a motion. Entertain a second.
I'll second the motion.
We have a second. Any discussion? City clerk, will you take roll call, please?
Councilman Sutter? Councilman Price?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ardeneau?
Yes.
Councilman Jordan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sherman? Councilman Bell?
Yes.
Councilman Gott? Councilman Keller?
Yes. Bill number 7200 has been duly approved and adopted. Entertain a motion to table bill number 7201.
And motion to table bill number 7201 ordinance amending chapter 6.5.
You got a first and second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say yes.
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 Opposed, like sign. All right, council, in front of you, you can see resolution number 10-2023. This is the resolution for the city of Louisiana council authorizing the compensation of the city administrator effective June 5th, 2023. Whereas the mayor and city council is authorized under city code section 115.230 compensation to establish such compensation for city administrator as may be determined from time to time. And whereas the term of the compensation package is set for 1 year with an option to extend for an additional 2 years without formal negotiations. And whereas the mayor and city council wishes to provide benefits as allowed by current policy. Also, in addition, other benefits, including severance of 6 months, the salary and insurance benefits upon city initiated termination of employment prior to the end of that first year of employment and or optional 2-year extension. And as specifically stated below. Now therefore be it resolved by the city council of the city of Louisiana, Pike County, Missouri as follows. 1, salary of $70,000 plus a COLA of 5% first year of extension and the national COLA henceforth. 2, health, vision, and dental insurance. 3, Missouri Loggers Pension Plan. 4, 10 calendar days of personal time off that may be aggregate with buyback option at end of service. 5 calendar days of sick days that may be aggregate with buyback option at end of service. 6, 5 bereavement days for immediate family members that include parents, siblings, and other immediate families. Bereavement days per occasion of tragedy, non-aggregate. Atonement of professional dues for enlistment of organizations that represents the city of Louisiana. 8, negotiations of compensation will not begin until within 6 months end of the optional 2-year extension. Passed and adopted and approved this day of May 2023. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion?
Number 4 and 5, that's available to all employees, correct?
Yes, so the big thing is, the difference in this is he's front loaded. This is right off the bat. Whereas an employee coming on would have to work a year or start accruing it after 90 days. Any other discussion? Hearing none, take roll call, please.
Councilman Sutter?
Yes.
Councilman Price?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ardeneau?
Abstain.
Councilman Jordan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sherman? Councilman Bell?
Yes.
Councilman Keller?
Yes.
Councilman Gott?
All right, resolution 10-2023 is duly approved and adopted. Next resolution is 11-2023. The resolution of the city of Louisiana Council providing consent to the mayor's appointments to the Louisiana Tourism Commission. Whereas the mayor has the authority to make appointments to the Tourism Commission of the city of Louisiana Missouri per RSMO 67.1364. And whereas the city council has to consent to set appointments by the mayor, and whereas the mayor wishes to seek council's consent and believes that it is prudent that the following individuals be appointed to the Louisiana Tourism Commission. Now therefore be it resolved by the city council of the city of Louisiana, Pike County, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the mayor hereby appoints and the city council hereby consents the following appointments to the Louisiana Tourism Commission. 1-year term, Susan Frigeau. 2-year term, Jody Reese. 2-year term, Aaron Stokely. 3-year term, Kaylee Johnson. And 3-year term, B. Splander. And also city council liaison, Linda Sherman. Section 2, the mayor may attend and observe any library. Ooh, that's typo, guys. Let's make a correction on that. Scratch out library board. And get Louisiana Tourism. Meeting that is not a member of said committee. Section 3, the resolution shall become effective upon its approval by city council and execution by the mayor. As corrected, and I entertain a motion to approve resolution 11-2023. We have a motion, second, and a second. Any discussion?
So you mentioned earlier, this used to be called the Louisiana Convention Visitor Bureau, so we're going back to the tourism board.
Yes.
or tourism.
Yes. All right, any other discussion? Take roll call, please.
Councilman Sutter,
Yes.
Councilman Price,
Yes.
Councilwoman Ardeno,
Yes.
Councilman Jordan,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Sherman, Councilman Bell,
Yes.
Councilman Keller.
Yeah.
Councilman Gott.
Resolution 11-2023 is duly approved and adopted this day. Miscellaneous business, including comments.
We're doing appointment of economic development director.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Thank you for catching that.
What about all the other communities?
So council, as far as our economic director, I'd like to introduce John as my appointment for the position, seeking council's consent. So, first and second. Any question? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. So, is there anyone from the media? Questions? No. Miscellaneous business. We had Steve Henry on the thing. I know you didn't ask for it, but I put you down on
Everything's going real good in the city. Ain't nobody called me up complaining about anything, so I'll just stay seated. No, we're doing a good job.
Write this down on the calendar.
If you get on the committee for the dogs and the cats, what committee is that? Animal Control Committee.
Right.
They've been saying that for like 2 months. When does that pop up? Because all these committees, it's like on.
Well, we
here.
still got, just so you know, we still got the library board committees to fill and the animal control and so forth. So there's
So
like
that's like
3
3
other,
months.
and we'll be 3 months. It'll be at our next month.
So the end of the month? Or the beginning of the month?
Well, our next special meeting. I'll make it special for you.
Okay. My next question is, remember I asked you about the videotaping stuff? I can't do that. And I said, okay, what about the body cams? You said I had to talk to Josh.
So I'm going to stop you right now. You're talking about some sort of court proceeding that may be coming. to
No, I just
light.
want to know, how do I get body cam footage?
That's not the question to ask before the council. We don't have any control over that system. That falls under the purview of the chief and the police department and our city prosecutor. And to bring up these questions before a public hearing like this without representation for yourself or,
Oh, I
Our
represented
interest.
myself.
so, I mean, we're not a court of law, so we're a city and council.
I figure with all y'all, then somebody can give me the honest answer,
Jennifer,
because he keeps backtracking.
so, not the place or the time for such question. Motion to adjourn?
Mayor, I have one more thing real quick.
Yep.
I just didn't want to forget giving everybody the good job they did on the Bluegrass Festival.
Yes.
I don't want to forget that.
Good thing, and also, Councilwoman, I need to open the floor to you. You asked for it.
I've asked as we've gone along.
Okay. So there's also one other thing I'm remiss. I do know that there's a benefit, hog roast for Amy Smith. You know, she is a volunteer for our animal shelter. And the benefit is for her and her family to help with some costs that they are enduring through her medical condition. So if you haven't seen that on Facebook, I will share that. And if you're on Facebook or social media, if you get that, please share and pass it along. And-
Oh,
Is it
I have a
date
question.
and
Do you have
time?
a list of properties?
So just to let you know, council, I'll put this in front of you. Over 70 properties have been identified for needing property maintenance done.
46.
These are 46 that's actually been issued citation, not citations, but notifications to comply. And we are working these diligently. So I just wanted to show you that.
Number 29 taken care of?
Yes, it is. I put that down there on purpose. so. We gotta lead by example, right? So, that's what that's for everyone. I wanted everyone to see that we are working to try to clean up our problems.
Mr. Mayor, if I could, I'd like to just, for the sake of clarity, just answer her question on how to obtain the body cam footage.
Okay.
If an individual is charged with a crime and requests footage of any kind, it has to be filed, a motion has to be filed with the court for discovery. So just to clarify that, so you don't think there's any question about how to get it.
Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second that.
All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
Mayor said to you. And you told me that the dog now.
When you send me a clarification, that's you. No, you didn't have any questions, you don't say anything. You're lucky it was an easy one.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah. I like
Hang on, don't go.
All right.
Both of these fast. So you want those two?
No, I get that. Our
Hey,
whole
Tiffany.
crew actually-
I apologize. Woody keeps getting after me for saying councilman and I.
Councilwoman.
As long as you say my name right on.
Council people.
I'm trying to keep it right. And I'm like,
I'll say. And tell them, they have the grass edge of the city of Louisiana.
well, the state.
Well,
You
the
think
highway
that-
department.
You think the Allen's gonna listen to me?
The highway state department, you know. I call every number, you know.